So this will be an ELA lesson for kindergartners, and the activity will be based on picking out main characters from a story and using the illustrations to find the main characters. And the high leverage practice I will be mostly using is leading a group discussion, because this whole part of the lesson will be as a group. So, all right, I'll begin. Hello everyone, I'm so excited to see you today. I hope everyone has been having a great day. So today we have something very exciting planned. We are all going to be detectives, character detectives. So, can anyone tell me what a character is? And remember, we all stay quiet and we raise our hand until Miss Jill calls on you, and then you can tell me your answer, okay? So who can tell me what a character in a story is? All right, Ella, can you tell me? Very good. A character is someone or something in the story. Very good. And does anyone know what a detective is? I know this is kind of a hard one, but does anyone know what a detective is? So detectives, they look for clues to solve something, to figure something out. So we are going to look for clues in our book today, in the illustrations and in the words that Miss Jill reads to you, and we're going to discover who the characters are and who the main character in the story is. The main character is who the story is mostly about, who the story focuses on the most, okay? So does everyone think they can do that? I know you can all do it. So everyone is going to get a magnifying glass, because magnifying glass help detectives look for the clues in the story. They look right through their magnifying glass and they can find clues that help them to find the characters. All right? Isn't that fun? All right, so I'll pass out a magnifying glass to all of you to use while we read our story in a little bit, okay? So, a little activity that we're going to start out with is a describing activity. So we're going to describe the stuffed animal tiger that I have right here, okay? So we're going to pass it around the room, and every student is going to get a chance to say something about the tiger. So when we describe, we say things about it. So you could say fluffy or small, right? I'm not going to give too many away because I want you to think of ways we're going to describe it. Because later on in the activity, after we find the main character in the book, we're going to look for clues to help describe the character. Remember, describe is a way how we say characteristics and what the character looks like or sounds like, or if they're nice or if they're mean, just characteristics and to describe. So we're going to pass the stuffed animal around, and I've already said fluffy. So let's take a few minutes, pass them around, and each one of you can give me a different describing word. All right. Small, that is a great one. Good job. So pass it along. Old, very good, very good. Soft, oh my goodness, you kindergartners are amazing at coming up with describing words. So we're going to use those later, and we're going to find how to describe our main character, okay? So, the book that we're going to read today is The Rainbow Fish by Mark Pfister. Has anyone ever read this before? A few of you? Yeah, it's a very good book. A very, very good book. I love it. It's one of my favorites. So, we're going to look at the illustrations. Remember, illustrations are the pictures in the book. And we're going to listen to the words that Miss Jill speaks in order to find the main characters and the other characters in the book. Okay. So, the rainbow fish. Isn't he so pretty? So pretty. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple with sparkling silver scales among them. Look how shiny they are. Isn't that so pretty? The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. So have we been introduced to any characters yet? Ethan? Wonderful job. The Rainbow Fish. Yes, he is definitely a character in this book. So we're going to take a picture of the Rainbow Fish. There he is. And we're going to put it on our character wall, okay? And we're going to add all the characters that we find to our character wall. All right. Let's see on the next page if we get introduced to any other characters. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They are so wonderful and you have so many." So let's look at the illustrations. Can we find another character? We already have the Rainbow Fish, so let's cover him up. Jacob, can you give me another character? Maybe he's on this page right here. Do you see another character? What was his name? Little Blue Fish. Great job. Do we think he's a character in this book? Awesome. I think so too. See how we can get our magnifying glasses out and really look at the pictures to try to find the characters? All right. You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are? Cried the Rainbow Fish. Get away from me. Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. That wasn't very nice what the Rainbow Fish did, was it? We like to share, right? We share. That's how we have our friends stay happy with us. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." Let's see. Let's take out our magnifying glasses. Everyone get out our magnifying glasses and let's look at this illustration. Do we see any characters on this page? Raise our hands and I'll call on you. Jessica, can you give me a character on this page? Let's look for maybe a red character. Do you see it? Maybe at the bottom of the page. What is that? A starfish. Great job. Does everyone agree we think he's another character in the book? So he needs to go on our character wall, right? All right. The starfish. Has anyone ever seen a starfish before? Maybe at the beach? Yeah, aren't they pretty? Right, let's put him up on our wall. Let's see, we gotta go find the octopus. The rainbow fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. Then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves had told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." What do we think? Another character? Great job! All together. The octopus! Awesome. Let's put him up on her up on our character. Well, there she is. There's the octopus. Octopus have 8 legs. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine having 8 legs? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Okay. So we have 4 characters right now. "I can't," the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales, my beautiful shining scales? Never! How could I ever be happy without them?" No new characters on this page, right? Because we already have the rainbow fish. Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow fish, please, don't be angry. I just want one little scale." The rainbow fish wavered. "Only one very, very small shimmery scale," he thought. "Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one." Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much," the little blue fish bubbled playfully, as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. So we already have little blue fish as one of the characters, and the rainbow fish. That was nice of the rainbow fish, huh, to give him one of his scales. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possession had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. Wasn't that such a nice story? And it teaches us that sharing makes our friends happy, and it makes everyone happy. It makes us feel good inside, right? Yeah, so that's why we always share with our friends. So, we have our 4 characters. The rainbow fish, the little blue fish, the starfish, and the octopus. Now, who do we think that the main character in the story was? Remember, the main character is who the story is mostly about. So, let's get our magnifying glasses out, and they can be in the pictures that we see or who we talked about the most. So let's look, let's go through the illustrations and see who's in a lot of the pictures. I see the rainbow fish. Oh, I I see the rainbow fish again. Oh, I see the rainbow fish again. And the little blue fish in this one. I see the rainbow fish again. So what are we thinking from these illustrations? Do we think the rainbow fish is the main character in this story because it is who it is mostly about? Because it's all about him and his shiny scales and how he doesn't want to give them away at first. But then he decides to give them to his friends and everyone is happy. So that's awesome. So the main character in this book is the rainbow fish. You did so awesome with that. So now, like we did with the stuffed animals, we are going to say details that describe the rainbow fish. Remember, we're going to use those describing words that we talked about earlier. With the stuffed animal, we said soft, small, old, all those different words to help us. And I'm going to write on the board what we think the rainbow fish is, and we can look through the illustrations and find the details to describe them. So, can anyone tell me a detail by looking at this picture of the rainbow fish? Pretty? That is a wonderful, pretty. So we're going to have them come all off, all around the rainbow fish. Pretty. Very good. He is very pretty fish. So, can anyone? Shiny? Shiny. That was so good. Shiny. It means like sparkly, shiny. He was. Now, let's go through the pictures and let's look more about how to describe him. And let's use the illustrations. So do we think he's a big fish or a little fish? So let's look. So is he bigger than a lot of the other fish or smaller than a lot of the other fish? He's bigger. Great job. And how did we use the illustrations to find that? Did we use our magnifying glasses, our detective work, to find that he's much bigger than this fish, and he's even bigger than that big fish, so he is a big fish. Right, let's see. There's the little blue fish, another one of our main characters. And was he very nice at first to the little blue fish? What did he say? He said, "You want me to give you one of my scales? Who do you think you are? Get out of here." Was that very nice? No, so he wasn't very nice. He was a little bit mean at the beginning, right? A little not nice. There he is again. Can anyone think of other words to describe him? You think he's slippery? That is such a good job. Why do you think he's slippery? Because you've held a real fish before and it was slippery? I totally agree. I love how you made that connection. That was so good. Okay, let's look. You want to say that he's beautiful too? We can say pretty and beautiful. I agree. All right, let's look for one more. Right by the end of the story, how would you describe him? When he gave away his shiny scales to all of his friends. Look at them. They all have those shiny scales now. Nice. I agree. You all did so amazing today, and I'm so proud of all of you, and we can use these skills in the future. We can use our detective skills and our magnifying glasses in the future. All right, thank you all.